Ladies and gentlemen, Big Four Boys, episode 62. It is Alec, you know who I'm gonna say. You told me who to say. It's the Jason Kelsey episode.
Not
60
to be confused with Kelsey. Kelsey.
Kelsey. Yeah. Yeah, not related to Alec. They don't look alike, so I think we could tell there.
The
Um
better looking version.
yeah, Alec is more handsome. But that's pretty fitting because the last episode we recorded was before the Super Bowl. And I mentioned this to you off air. We titled that episode "The Chiefs Are Winning the Super Bowl," and we were correct. We should have put everything on Vegas money line. We could have been rich fucks.
Well, we should have known, man. The NFL was gonna rig it
Yeah.
to towards the Chiefs. I mean, we should have freaking known that, Mahomes' victory would sell more more gear and more material and more views than a Jalen Hurts one.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about it all the time, the NFL script, and we saw that it's a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this
Especially that what was it that ref that everyone was going crazy about one of these like a holding play or something like that
You mean in the Super Bowl?
in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yeah, Juju got held by one of the Philly DBs, and it was a third and deep. The Kansas City still would have kicked a field goal to take the lead, but there would have been like 3 minutes left for the Eagles, and instead they throw a stupid flag. There was like really wasn't a hold there. I don't know if you saw this, but the cornerback, I forget his name, in the press conference afterward was like, "Yeah, I held him." Like he admitted to holding him, but when you watch on the screen, it's like it's not much. Like I feel like if you're a ref
probably paid
in
that
that
player off.
situation, what? Yeah, probably. He's probably has to once again stick to the script that the
Yeah,
NFL gave him. And the Eagles head coach, all these guys were like, "Well, it doesn't come down to one play. We should have
all
executed
the script, all
earlier."
the script. Yeah,
Yeah, terrible. And it did come down to one play. But I don't know. So that was frustrating that that happened because obviously, you get the penalty and then you saw the Kansas City just slid down. They took knees until 3 seconds left.
I
You
saw
get a,
that.
you get a boring last 2 minutes. So it's funny, the NFL wants to give us a good product, but in the end, everyone was just pissed.
It was a shitty product, but they wanted their boy to win, and they got their boy to win. Because the Bengals should have been there, honestly, and the 49ers should have been there probably because, I mean, they had to go with like Christian McCaffrey as QB or whatever that bullshit was.
Yeah.
Um, I told you I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I wasn't into that. I didn't want to support two teams that I didn't belong there, but I did watch the halftime show. Man,
Oh yeah. Oh my God, dude, Rihanna.
man,
Holy shit.
did you watch that?
So many hits. Yeah, she played Rude Boy. She played Umbrella. She did that weird like ass shake thing where she had like her hand behind her back, and now I see that as a trend on TikTok now, and it's like crazy stuff. She played a bunch of Kanye songs. I thought they were gonna bring Kanye out, but
Dude,
I
that's
guess
what I was gonna. That was my next question. I thought Ye was gonna come up there.
yeah.
He didn't show up. Was it a tribute to him? Was it a fuck you to him? Like, what was it
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they played All the Lights. They played
this
Run
time?
This Town. Yeah, they
And it was
played.
back to back. I thought he was coming for sure. I thought
Yeah,
someone else was gonna come. Like that was the thing. I didn't know it was gonna be all of her for 12 minutes. I thought she was gonna bring some other guy or some other girl. You didn't expect that, right?
yeah, but I guess not. It was just all Riri, and yeah, that would have been fun if Kanye came out in like a swastika or something. Like that would have been.
Imagine it would be a big F you to everyone.
Yeah, but we knew that wasn't going to happen. I'm trying to think. There weren't even any good commercials. Like I feel like that's the thing that half of my coworkers will freak out about each year. They're like, "Oh, did you see the Doritos one?" And I'm just like, "Shut up!" And you shove them down the stairs. Um, but dude, yeah, I felt underwhelmed with that too. The Super Bowl, I feel like as you get older, it gets shittier. I don't know. I feel like there's this there's this point where like you're in high school or college, you're a fan of sports, it's fun, and then a little bit afterwards, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Maybe it gets more interesting as you get older again, because I feel like there are dads that love it, but at this stage in life, I'm just like, I don't really give a
There's
fuck.
two teams I have nothing to root for, and it's just like I think that whole week, by the way, before the Super Bowl, it was dominated by the NBA. Like I don't think anyone was like even semi interested in what was going on in the Super Bowl. It was like until Thursday, it was like, oh, Kyrie got traded here. You know, even us, we were talking more about the trades and like the Super Bowl prop bets.
Yeah.
Then like, yeah, okay, Friday everyone transitioned back to the Super Bowl, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
Yeah.
look, they still got 110 million viewers. They still did the whole thing. And, you know, I mean, they know better than you and me.
Yeah, I think the Super Bowl is something that'll never die. I mean, even, you talk to girls who hate football and they're like, I have to watch just for like the pop culture aspect of like knowing what commercials were played. And so I think it's just something where we all tune in. That's the one thing we have left where everyone tunes in. Like I feel like in the 90s, so many people would tune into a new Friends episode. People just felt like more on the same page with network TV stuff. Whereas now I feel like that's there's so many options that no one
Yeah,
is
we got
watching
Last
the
of
same
Us.
thing.
We got Last of Us. Are you watching
Haven't
Last of
seen
Us?
haven't seen it.
Dude, what the hell? Are
I
you
should
serious?
watch. Yeah.
What? Your rich family can't afford HBO?
I mean I have my boyfriend's HBO. I should just steal that. Dude.
Dude, how have you not watched Last of Us? What are you scared of zombies or something? What's going on?
Is that I don't even know what that's about. I saw like one episode of Walking Dead and I had nightmares for 8 years. So like, do you
Dude,
think this is the
Last of
thing?
Us, watch the first 5 minutes. I'm telling you, you're gonna freak the fuck out. Just the first 5 minutes of episode one.
Okay,
You're
I'll
gonna go
watch. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. You're the first person who's telling me to watch this show.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Dude, if you go on like IMDb or whatever, Metacritic or whatever, like IMDb, what people rate, it's rated 9.3 out of 10,
Damn.
which is like on par with the best shows in history of shows.
Yeah. Who is on Metacritic? Like, who's the one rating
The
it?
Metacritic's the critics, the IMDb is the people. I am the people have it at like 9.3 out of 10. The critics, I think they have it like, let me tell you right now.
Yeah, because no,
What, you bougie fuck? You don't like what the people say? You got to go with what the critics.
I'm fine with either, and I'll watch an episode. I mean, I'm not opposed to any.
84%. 84.
That's probably good.
I think like Game of Thrones had
I
Game of Thrones had an 86. Shit.
That's why
Season
we need
one.
our producer. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, shit, Brody. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. We'll make this like a book club, but for shows where we just recap how we felt about each episode.
Dude, it was so good. I mean, look, everyone's going crazy about it.
Is this a product of me not having Twitter? Like, is that where I'm missing this conversation? Like, because I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but
Are you
where
serious? Like I'm hearing it on like the radio, I'm hearing it on like at school. I don't
damn,
know.
damn,
Like a lot of the people at my school have watched it. Like we just talk about it.
yeah, fuck. Well, damn.
Like are you watching The Perfect Match? That's another thing people are kind of into right now.
No, I'm so out of the loop now.
Dude,
I
where
feel
the fuck
like,
are you? The loop is like you're here and the loop is there. Like, dude, what
yeah,
up?
I got lupus. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm nowhere to be found in the know. Jeez, give me something else. What else is there?
I mean, like Love is Blind After the Altar.
I saw Love is. I remember when I was still at PwC, I watched a couple Love is Blinds, and then COVID happened. That show was fucking terrible. Uh,
Oh my god, look at this fucking hater.
have you seen every season of Love is Blind?
Yeah,
You're a reality show snob, like not snob, but just
Junkie.
lover. Like I am too. I big fan of Love Island. That's something I had never seen, but it's something I've watched this past year, and it's very entertaining. The Bachelor sucks. The
I
Bachelor is
haven't
the
seen The
most
Bachelor, to be honest. Dude, I
very
mean,
boring.
it's like it's such an easy concept. You rent out like some freaking mansion somewhere. Like you don't even need to do it in America. You do it in like some cheap place like freaking Panama City. That's where the perfect match one is. You bring a bunch of hot people, boom, and then you just see how they interact. I mean, it's
Yeah, yeah, dude.
you
Someone
live
showed
under
me
a
this.
rock though.
What'd you say?
You
I
live
dude,
under a
I
rock.
know. I'm so out of the loop on all this shit. Last of Us, I need to see. Bro, I someone told me about this show. It's on TLC, which every TLC show is just
Trash.
trash. It's just so it makes you feel gross watching it. It's like some woman who's like addicted to Kleenex, and that's the concept. Or it's like My 600 Pound Life is another one where it's just like they're trying to get healthy, and you're like, God, you feel bad, but you're also like
I don't want them to get healthy.
yeah, yeah. It's like what are we doing? There's this new show that I heard about. It's MILF Manor.
Dude, I was literally gonna say that. I was
Yeah.
literally gonna say
And
that.
it's like these women who are like, yeah, I'm looking for younger dudes, and then the dudes end up
Oh, their
being
sons.
their kids, and so they're like dating each other's kids. And I
Uh,
saw like a YouTube snippet of it, and it's like a dude sitting next to his mom, and she's talking about what she likes in sex and stuff, and she's like sitting next to her son, and I'm like, if this happened, like if I was next to my mom and that shit was, I would, I would kill myself. Like that is fucking horrible to be experiencing that.
I heard that show is semi-scripted because apparently one of the guys, like the kids, I have it on good authority. Went to college apparently with one of my friends,
Uh-huh.
and I heard that he's actually gay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
They have
I don't
like
know.
actors and shit
I
coming
mean,
in.
no, I think they're the actual like moms and the sons.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like some of the
I
stuff
feel
that
like it would have to be because how else would you coordinate getting all the sons of the moms and everything?
yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
really hard to organize. Like, how do you even pull that off? So, but I saw a little like trailer thing for that. I'm like,
We
what
gotta
a
watch it.
like,
We gotta watch it.
yeah, we gotta watch it. We should do like a review, kind of like a. Do you know who Cody Ko is? He does like the reaction videos. Like, we got to do that where we just sit there and we hug each other and we go, "Wow, man, that was crazy." Yeah. But Brody, let's so it's gonna snow in LA. Let's talk about this. So you're
Dude, it was supposed to snow in LA. I think it snowed a little bit. Like on the Hollywood side, apparently there was some snow, but I mean, it was like hailing, but no real snow. I mean, it's not snowed in like you guys in Portland.
yeah. Dang. Well, I mean for LA, that's unheard of. And you know that global warming's a myth when you hear stuff like that. Um I'm just joshing folks. We're gonna lose all of our sponsors if I keep talking. Um obviously joking, but dude, it's snowing here. I was not really anticipating it. Like Wednesday midday it just started coming down, and been pretty much snowed in since then. The temperature has stayed at like 25 to 30
Holy
degrees,
shit. Are you
so it's
serious?
still it's still icy on the roads. I mean, today I have more time, so I'm gonna try and like walk to the gym and shit just to
In this
get out.
freezing weather? The fuck are you thinking about?
Well, I mean, I'll put on a thong and warm clothes, so I think it'll be fine.
Dude, just do some fucking workouts at home, man. Jeez Louise, your boyfriend will live with you, being untoned for a week. I mean, give him a break.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Us gay men, we need a fit body to put our cocks in their ass. Um sorry, this is too much. But Brody, that's so LA, that is unprecedented. Getting hail.
There's been no
Flood.
precedent for it.
Yes. Yes.
No
Precedent
precedent.
Biden. Yeah. Dude, so I don't even know what we're going to talk about. We have sports, we have personal life. You've been doing a bunch of taxes. I know you can't divulge the porn stars that you're working with. Uh, so that is a fun life.
She does have the most watched video on browsers. Just saying.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, dude. Do you get like a free Brazzers premium working with this woman?
I should.
Yeah, you should get some sort of discount or
Could
like
I, by the way, let me ask you, instead of like, having her pay for my services, could I have her like post an ad on social media about my tax services? And do you think, as an influencer yourself, you would go for a deal like that?
uh yeah, like in her case, you save the money. I mean, I don't know how much you charge to make it worth it. That's the other thing.
Nowhere near, I don't know, like she has like what 1.3 million followers. So I don't think it's equivalent, to
I
be
don't think
honest.
it is. Yeah, I don't think it. I feel like for her, like that would be a pretty penny to get a post on her page. Um,
Yeah, okay, never mind then. Never mind. Yeah.
yeah,
What about a story? What about
a
a story?
story. I think could. I think so. I think that'd be she would do that because that's just like a quick thing. So a lot of people still see it. Um, yeah,
But you
dude.
think it would be worth it though?
See, the hard thing is like people are going to her page to beat off. I don't think they're expecting to see a TurboTax or Alec Kelsey ad and be like, "Oh, I can do my taxes and come." Like I think they're just like, "I'm gonna ignore this and jerk off."
Yeah, okay. All right. I was just curious, trying to run the numbers, trying to see if it makes sense to even approach someone about that. So probably not, no.
Yeah, yeah. That is crazy. I mean, you have these celebs in your circle. That's pretty insane. Um,
Not really in my circle. Because if they were in my circle, they'd be posting.
yeah. Dude, speaking of celebs in the circle, like uh fucking I feel like social media is the worst thing because you just feel like you're missing out on stuff. But like Arizona, like Phoenix area during the Super Bowl looked like the most fun thing ever. They had the Waste Management golf tournament. Have you heard of that? That's like a golf tournament. It's a pro golf tournament where people just go and drink and party. And
Oh,
so
that sounds fun.
that was the same week of the Super Bowl. So just a ton of people were there like doing that. And then if you're rich enough going to the Super Bowl, like I'm like, damn, dude, we got to get our money up. We need this pod to do better so we can do like live shows from Phoenix.
Dude, we need it, man. And you know what? Can like some like sports team give us like a media pass so we could go to these games for freaking free or something? I mean, we've been doing this for like what, 2 years? What more do you need from us? Our freaking
Yeah,
blood, We got
I
like
know.
3 loyal listeners. Um,
Yeah,
we're gonna put you guys on the map, so
yeah. A lot of people give their life to this. We've given 2 years, so we deserve it.
yeah, dude, like if the Lakers could throw us with like a media pass for like every game, that would be really huge.
Cover
You know?
my flights. Yeah, absolutely.
And we'd cover them, by the way, right? We could give them a good like 20%.
Yeah, and we'd give them good press. We'd be like, yeah, good move getting rid of Westbrook. LeBron is attractive. LeBron is a good leader. He has
He has
no
a good
bad
hairline.
ego.
He
Yeah.
has a good hairline. He's not a liar. He's a
Yes.
very honest guy.
Yeah, he reads all the books he tells you he reads.
I mean,
Um,
look, we do so good for them.
yeah. God, the Lakers have gone to shit. Um, the Suns are winning everything, right? We already
Yeah, I
talked
mean,
about
we don't know how the team looks.
yeah. Um,
Did you see Devin Booker actually had a good response? He's like, oh, they'd asked him like, so do you guys have like a super team? Now that you guys have like KD, and he's like, no, we only have like one All Star technically, so I don't think so because I don't think him or CP3 were All Stars or DeAndre Ayton. So
yeah, that's a good response. It's clever. Damn,
and
Devin
then
Booker wasn't an all-star?
I don't wait. Let me see because that's what he responded.
Yeah. I saw that him and Kendall Jenner are no longer dating.
No, yeah, he did. He was not selected.
Damn, two L's in 1 year. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But I want to see the Suns. I want to see as much as CP3 might be annoying and chunky. I do want to see him succeed.
no, fuck him.
Really,
Yeah,
I think it's either going to be Suns Blazers winning it all.
I
But
think your boys are tanking by the way right now. Like I think
yeah,
they
they're
they
horrible.
started tanking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I saw their social media team. They uh this was on Wednesday when it snowed. Their private jet couldn't get out of Portland. So I don't know if the game got delayed. Maybe they were playing the next day, so they were just delayed in general. But they were on the plane and Damian Lillard did a freestyle rap and they recorded it and posted. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, our season is over. Like these
Yeah.
guys are fucking around this much. Like we might as well we might as well just be the Orlando Magic or the Pistons. Like this is pretty bad.
No, I mean, look, you guys aren't like that far behind, like to tank. Like I think you guys are right now. You guys could angle yourself to like the fifth worst record, right?
Mm.
I think like the top four worst records are kind of like locked in at this point. But I think you could angle yourself all the way to the fifth worst record, and then that puts you in a decent spot for Wemby, right?
Oh, good point. Good point.
You know, and then
Tanking
you'll
will
get him, and then
always
he'll get injured, and he'll never play, and there goes the Blazers' luck again.
yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I saw a TikTok the other day that was like the Timberwolves these last 10 drafts have been ahead like they picked the person before like Steph Curry, before Giannis, before like they picked all these all like horrible players when these all stars were still on the board, and I'm like, yeah, the Blazers have done that too. So it's
And the worst thing is, you guys pick like actually good players, and then they get fucked because of injuries or something like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Greg Oden and Brandon Roy. Yeah,
It's not like we picked Johnny Flynn and he was just bad. It's like we picked Odin, who would have been good if he
yeah,
wasn't fucking hurt.
yeah. You guys like picked Brandon Roy, right? He would have been good.
Yeah, I mean, he gave us at least a few good years, but you pick some of these people and they just their bones break.
Dude, you guys are always like that team who's like good enough to be a playoff team, but not good enough to win a chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think you guys, it's just because like the Mavs, you guys can't sign a free agent unless you guys overpay them. Because
No one's coming to Portland. I think it's just because of like the hipsters, the expensive coffee, like the shitty people, like the bad podcasters. Like they just don't want to be here.
yeah, I see that. I see that.
Yeah, that's true. We've never had a big free agent signing.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys what signed Evan Turner for like $100 million? That was pretty big. You
Or
guys did some pretty dumb stuff.
yeah, yeah. He is awful. He has a podcast with Andre Iguodala now. Have you seen that? So they're our
No,
competition.
fuck
Um,
him.
that's just the new me. I've said this before on here. Like every player is just going to have a podcast. It's like why even listen to like First Take anymore when you can have JJ Redick talking about his actual time there. And I feel like those guys get like they did a full podcast with Steph Curry. They've done one with like CJ. Like they get like the actual NBA
Dude,
players.
those guys are kind of like boring. Like the thing is,
That's
they have something to lose. They can't ask a tough question because like they're in that circle.
That's true. If you're like close, that's the other thing about JJ Redick, which like I think he's fine, but you will never see him bashing a player because
Yeah,
he's like, I can't lose that relationship to the players. And so he's just always defending him. He's being a little good boy. Whereas Stephen A might be like, yeah, you're fucking washed, LeBron.
yeah. Like that's the thing about like Stephen A. That's why he could succeed. Um, like you boys Skip. Like as much as people hate him, like like still like a few 100,000 people are watching his shitty show every day.
Yeah.
Because like these guys bash on guys and people want like they're they're guy to bash on them. Like these NBA players won't do that, and then if they do, they get all this shit from like the people in their circle. Like, like who was it? That guy like Ryan Hollins was bashing on players. Paul Pierce
Oh
was bashing,
yeah,
and everyone started hating on them because they're like,
yeah,
dude, you guys are bashing on your fucking teammates. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's good clickbait for sure, but like they lose all the respect and shit from that from their community.
Yeah, plus, I mean, those types of players, it's one thing if you were a top five all time and you want to trash someone, but when you're like if you're
Right.
Shaq, you could talk shit if you want, maybe. But if you're Ryan Hollins, like what are we doing here? Like
Yeah.
why are you saying anything? And that's how I've always felt about these analysts is they they never played, but I don't know. It's
At
all
least they talk shit. That's all we want. Like everyone wants someone to talk shit about someone, but to have a good reason to talk shit about the other person. That's all. That's what we enjoy. We
yeah.
want we enjoy listening about, bringing other, rich, successful people down to make
Yeah.
ourselves feel a little bit better.
That's such a big thing in football now. It feels like every analyst, like they have their QB who they hate, so that when that QB plays well or bad, we're like, well, what did the analysts say in response to their game?
Yeah.
Like Colin Coward with Baker was one of the biggest examples. Or I feel like Stephen A. Smith hates the Cowboys, so he would probably trash Dak. And like,
Yeah.
everyone has their guy. Even like Emmanuel Ochoa. What's that guy's name? Like Emmanuel
Ochoa?
Acho. Emmanuel Acho, the like the ripped black dude.
Yeah. He goes on ESPN, right?
Yeah, had like a horrible career, but he's like now trashing Justin Herbert. Like
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
trying to get his QB to trash so he can like get reactions. It's like everyone tries to do this now. And that's I guess that's just the move. You gotta like hate people, but that'd be a weird career where you're just like, oh yeah, I hate this specific person for a living.
I mean, like, look, you come up like from what I've understood, the successful ones they come up with some good reasons, and then they pick on one guy, right? Like, what's his name? Colin Coward picks on Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, um, which is like very controversial stuff, like, and he picks on him, picks on him, picks on him, comes up with good reasons, and people are like, oh shit, yeah, that's good. And then like sometimes he gets to prove his point right, and he's like, yeah, that's a W, whatever. And like
Yeah.
people start listening to him. And like I feel like that's kind of a good technique, good strategy,
Yeah,
TBH.
it's a good recipe for sure. Cause you get the frustrated because you have fans on both sides. Like you probably have Browns fans who are like, well, fuck Colin Coward, but they're still listening to him, even though they're like pissed
Yeah,
at his
because they
take.
want to know what he's gonna say, because they're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, is this true? Like, can we defend this? Like,
Yeah, and I think Skip was the master at that with LeBron. Like that was the OG, like that's what got him famous.
then he lost it because like Skip was so good until like 2015 before like he won that Cleveland chip.
Uh-huh.
Then he won that Cleveland like Cavs chip, and that was when like Skip was just like going off the rails. You know what I mean? It was like at that point, like, dude, like the guy is like, yeah, he brought the like, yeah, Miami. You could say it was like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, the system, like Ray Allen, all that stuff. Like he always had his thing. Like maybe even the Cavs one he could have excused for like Kyrie, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah, that I remember in 2016 when they won against the Warriors, Skip was tweeting, he was like, how is Kyrie not MVP?
yeah,
How is
yeah.
he not finals MVP? And you're like, classic Skip. Like he'll do that till the end of time.
Yeah, like like he. The problem is like he's the all-time leading scorer. He's like the all-time leading this, all-time leading that. It's just at this point it's tough to say he's not that good. Like until 2015 though, he had a good case. He's like, this guy can't win a chip. Like right now, if you and I went on, like actually this would be a good take. We go and we say Luka overrated, ball dominant player, James Harden 2.0, just needs the ball the whole time. His teams don't really win. They got swept in the conference finals. They lost in the first round 2 of his first years to the Clippers or whatever. The only time they did win, like they got lucky because the Suns went like had this like whole like mental like um annihilation or whatever it was. Like, how did they get blown out like that? Like we could make a career out of that. And by the way, we'd be successful for like the next like 5 years. We could be like Luca's ass, Luca's ass, Luca's shit.
Yeah.
and then and then like maybe he'll win a chip, but we're still relevant for like 5 years.
Yeah, then we just switch to someone else. That's
Yeah, yeah. Or
yeah,
like we hope like something happens to him and he just stays. He's like,
yeah, yeah, definitely. And Luka does suck. Let's start this now. He is really overrated and
yeah,
just
he's ball
slow.
dominant. He's slow. He's not that athletic. He never takes his, body seriously. The whole NBA is obsessed with the guy, but he plays ugly basketball.
Yeah. And that's
Um,
all white privilege.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
I,
can
I-
put
you
this
know, I
one.
don't think Luka's that good.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've always hated, and he's just a really mean guy, apparently. So yeah, well, let's dig into him.
Yeah, we're gonna start this podcast. Hates Luka. We're gonna be we're gonna be doing this every week. We're gonna talk about our most hated Luka moment of the week.
We should
Uh,
have you wear your Mavs jersey or your Mavs gear while we're doing this, and so people, yeah, put your hat forward. People are just confused as shit. They're like, "This guy's a fan. Why is he saying this?"
we hate Luka. Get rid of Luka.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not. He's not a
Seriously,
winning basketball player. He's not winning team. He's not winning team basketball. He drove Porzingis out of there. He drove Rick Carlisle out of there. I mean, come on. The guy's
I'm
like
surprised
22.
Cuban hasn't sold the team. Yeah,
He's a diva. He's a freaking diva, and we're not going to be held hostage by a diva.
yeah. Jeez, diva. Um, do you think Kyrie will ruin that team? I'm not
Probably.
even joking.
Yeah, probably. No, I think he could be good for like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I think he's gonna trick someone so you get a $200 million deal.
Holy fuck. And then
Like,
he'll start with his vaccine stuff again.
yeah, because look at it, dude. All he needs to do is be good from March 1st to like the end of April. Because like, let's be honest, the Mavs aren't gonna make it past like the second round. So maybe like March 1st to mid-May. What is that? March, April, 2.5 months, 10 weeks. Can he be a good soldier for 10 weeks?
Yeah.
10 weeks for $200 million. I think he could do it. I think he will
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. I think he'll hold it out. He'll hold strong. It is so funny how he has just bounced around a ton now, where he's like, yeah, that franchise was a mess. It's like, damn, dude, you've been on like what, three, four different teams now?
Yeah, the Celtics are a total mess. All the teams he left, by the way, are like better now that he's gone, which is funny. Like the Celtics are better, the Cavs are better, the Nets are arguably better. Like they're just a deep team. Um, that's not a good indication when a player leaves, the team gets better.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's an interesting
See,
dude.
we missed that bus. We could have been like the guys who hated on Kyrie, and like we could have been proved right.
Yeah,
I wish we got on that bus.
absolutely.
Which
Some
could do.
people some people are still shitting on him now. I saw a segment where Nick Wright, you know Nick Wright, the guy who loves LeBron, he was really trashing Kyrie recently. So I
Dude, but
don't
like, no, that's the thing. Like now everyone's trashing him. It's like
yeah,
90% trash. I'm saying we gotta find someone who's getting like 0% trash and start
yeah,
trash.
that's true. Yeah. I think just look to Sports Center loves. Like Sports Center fucking loves like LaMelo. They love Luka. There's certain Zion. They like love the
Jokic, Jokic, Joker.
yeah, Joker. Yeah.
We could do something about Joker because like let's be honest, that piece of shit, he keeps on winning MVPs, but I don't see him winning any real playoff
He
games.
can't get it done. We got to do it for Josh Allen too in the NFL. It's like these guys are not getting it done.
You know what? Okay, let's just like every week, let's just hate on someone and see what sticks out. See what gets shared. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
We'll clip those bits. We'll make them like YouTube shorts, and we're just like, yeah, he can't get it done, and we'll just have like Bill's Mafia threatening to kill us.
yeah, yeah.
That'll get engagement going. Yeah, it'll be good. That'll be good for the pod.
That dude, now we're talking. That's brilliant, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, Brody. I think we got something here. I don't know how long we've been going for. It's been at least 6 hours, but I don't know.
Dude,
Did you
let's
have
finish it
any?
off with your stand-up, man. I mean, we haven't heard about you doing your stand-up in like
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. I've been trying to like get up. as much as I can. This snowstorm kind of fucked me these last few days, but um yeah, it's just been like a an interesting case of like I've noticed like some open mic comedians do this, and it's my biggest pet peeve when like someone's doing like their set, and then like some dude is just in the audience. Have you seen like the crowd work clips on Instagram at all? I don't know. Do you get like stand up at all on your feed or no?
No, I get like
Okay.
feet with it.
Well, I feel like that's become such a big part of Instagram is like these dudes who are like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" They're trying to get like a
Oh
clip.
yeah, I know that. Like I've heard
Yeah.
that on like shows. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like open mic comedians, it's like the worst comedians in the world. And when it's bad enough when you try to do like a written joke, when these people are up there trying to get like crowd work out of people at an open mic, it is just the most horrendous shit ever. And
What
it
happened?
and I don't know, well, I don't know what it is. It's like these comedians are like looking for a clip, or they're like trying to be funny, so they'll like end up shitting on the audience member, and I'm just like, dude, this person was like nice enough to like come watch us at an open mic, and you're like trying to shit on them. They're like it'd be one thing, and I feel like in a lot of these professional shows, like if you see a comedian shitting on someone, it's because that person ruined the show. Like they were like heckling or yelling, or they're too drunk. And so the professional comedian's like, yeah, dude, get out of here, or like he'll insult them. But I feel like what I've seen a lot at these open mics is like dudes will be up there on stage, and like someone is just sitting there peacefully, like trying to watch us, and he's like, "Hey, pussy, like, what do you do?" And you're just like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna make this guy leave from being a dick." And so I saw that at two different open mics on Monday, where I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're gonna drive away like any person who wants to be here. And I that was just an observation where I'm like, you shouldn't be able to do crowd work until you're like 10 years into comedy. That's a new rule I'm making to myself and all these fuckers who try to do it. Cause
Hey, to be honest, it gets a free laugh and a cheap laugh. You know.
it's like cheap where I feel like other people laugh uncomfortably. Like I'm in the room and I'm just like, all right. And the dude who's getting called a pussy is just like, what did I do? Like why am I getting like called out like this
It could be
by this
like
comedian? It's like the cheapest, like lowest form of comedy where I'm like, and this feels like we're in middle school again, and you're like insulting someone to try to get a reaction from other people. I'm like, this is how did we get this low? But that was just something that happened this week where I'm like, I need to tell someone about this because it is bad.
that's funny. Like, hey, pussy, what's your name?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just like we're just like straight up bullying these people. I'm like, this dude was nice enough to like come watch us perform these shitty jokes, and you're like trying to make him leave, basically. Man, but
What if the guy's a plant? Is there any chance that the guy is a plant?
I don't think so. I mean, like if he was a plant, the comedians on stage didn't get anything clever out of him. Like like you'd think there'd be better responses to the dude if he was a plant. It's always awkward. It's always weird. It's like, dude, just get up there and like do the shit that you wrote down. Yeah, don't don't fuck with the crowd. But that was just something I noticed this week, and I was like, I can talk about that because that
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
yeah.
Dude, I'm always afraid of that.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever go to a show at like Helium, or I'm seeing like an actual professional comedian, I'm like, I don't want to sit in the fucking front. Like, put me in the middle. Like, I don't want to get called out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm here to relax. I'm not here to get. I don't want Leslie Jones to call me a racist or something.
Dude, we gotta go back to that comedy store because
We
man,
did.
when you came, that was a hell of a
That was a ton of fun. Yeah, we should definitely do that. That was awesome. But once again, I feel like even at that show, and those are professional comedians, but I feel like there were times where they were like calling on audience members. They were like, "Hey, what's up?" Like,
They were.
yeah, yeah. So you go at your own risk, I guess. I've
I,
seen clips of certain comedians. Like, I don't know if you know who Stavros Halkias is. Do you know who that is? I don't know if we've talked about him on here, but like I've seen clips of him like ripping audience members to shreds, and I'm like, I would leave that show just like a shell of a human. I would be like, what? Why did I pay money to go and get eviscerated? So, yeah, you go at your own risk, I guess.
that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, very.
Hey,
Um,
how's the cameo biz?
dude, I don't know if I've done a cameo in like a year. That's how dude, Will keeps saying he will hook you up. So you got to do one so we can get more revenue.
Well, I'm gonna create one, man. I promise.
I think he's commented on the last like 3 or 4 videos like, "Yeah, dude, hook it up. Like I'll hook it up, you know, show me some sweet loving." And you've abandoned him.
Dude, it's just tax season, Will. It's not you, it's just me, man.
Yeah, give dude Will's taxes at least. You got to hook him up there.
Will, you got it, man. Will's in Ohio, right?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Ohio, dude. I mean, no offense, Will. You live in Ohio, but you gotta pay state taxes and then city income taxes. Do you know that?
No,
Like,
I
what the
didn't
hell
know
is
that.
Ohio doing? Trying to like drive people out of their state? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's all those memes that are like, "Oh, only in Ohio this happens." Have you seen that? People just shit on Ohio. That's like a big internet comments thing.
It's fucked up. I mean, like another state that taxes like city that has city taxes is Michigan. Who's trying to move to Michigan and who's trying to move to Ohio?
Yeah, two terrible places.
Anyways, I'll wrap it up with a tax
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, tax talk. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all tuning in. This was BFB episode 62. This is going to come out in literally an hour. I'm gonna schedule this for noon. So we appreciate you all tuning in. Alec, it was always good to talk. We will see you guys next episode. Bye bye.